Welcome back, and today we're talking about bottom tier character Tomozaki episode 4, and this episode was truly amazing. Tomozaki, he went through a lot of character development throughout this episode and throughout the series, really, right? We finally got to see him stand up for himself against somebody that's very, very popular, right? So that was a great moment. And of course, we have to talk about the ending because Tomozaki is definitely shooting his shot, and I'm definitely hoping that Tomozaki and Hinami end up together. So I'm rooting for that couple. But before we jump into what happened in this episode, let me remind you to like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out, and of course, I greatly appreciate it. But let's talk about bottom tier character Tomozaki. This episode, a lot of important things happen when it comes to Tomozaki and his development. For one, we know last episode he was talking to Izumi, and she asked him about Tag Fam, something that he truly cares about. His favorite game, right? God tier level game. So nobody's gonna badmouth that game, especially Erika. She got what was coming to her. But he is training Izumi to become better at the game because she wants to impress Shuji. And Shuji is one character we met in episode 1. He was the one that was playing against Tomozaki and he got stomped. But we see after a couple of maybe days, maybe a couple weeks, couple months, he has been learning, he has been training. Also, he can play against Tomozaki again and try to win. And I have to tell you, the stump that Shuji was going through, I've been through that level of L's in games, okay? And it doesn't feel good. It's frustrating. You get tilted, you get worse. And the fact that Shuji was able to keep going for so long, truly amazing as a character. He didn't snap. He was kind of angry. He is losing. Nobody likes losing. But he wasn't blaming the characters like he was last time. So that's absolutely great. Now, Tomozaki opening up to Izumi and explaining his situation to her. I feel like that's a great character development for him. Because right now, the only person that knows about, Tomozaki and the way he acts and all the effort that he's putting in the game of life is only Hinami. And now he's opening up to Izumi, telling her that, before he didn't care about life, like he thought it was like a worthless game. So opening up to another female character is great. He might ask her out later on, right? Maybe, who knows? I don't think it's going to happen. That's definitely out of left field. I think Izumi and Shuji are going to be the ones that are going for each other. But still, it was a great moment for Tomozaki as a character because it shows that he is improving. And you could technically count that as a date, right? He went over her house, is teaching her how to play the game. I don't know. In my books, he completed one of his goals by going on a date with Izumi. I count that as a date. Let me know if you think otherwise in the comments. But the biggest moment, of course, was when Tomozaki finally stood up for himself against Erika, one of the most popular girls in the school. She was kind of bad-mouthing Shuji and Tag Fam, and Tomozaki let her have it. He actually blew off on her. He was probably letting out a lot of frustration that he has built up since he was like not caring about the game of life. So letting everything out now, it was great for him. And everybody kind of sided with him because there's no need for Erika to be that toxic. Yeah, Erika to the streets. I don't like that character. Yeah, we're gonna stop talking about her before I get mad. But it was a great moment, and of course the last little bit of the episode when Tomozaki, he pulls up the tickets because he had the little confrontation with Fuka, and he came clean. I like that he came clean about that. He told her that he didn't know any of the books that she was reading. He wasn't about that life, and essentially he still wants to have conversations with her, try to become friends. He's trying to create those relationships and see if it leads anywhere. But he came clean, and that was awesome. But he tried to use those same tickets that Hinami gave him for the date on her. That's a boss level move right there. I love that Tomozaki is shooting his shot against Hinami, but I will say there's a little bit of concern right there, right? Because I feel like the only reason he did that is because he feels comfortable around Hinami, right? Like they've been hanging out for a long time. It doesn't even feel like they're on a date or anything like that, right? Like if anybody looking from the outside sees them together, eating together, they would think they're a couple. They would think they're going on a date. So I feel like this is more like, Tomozaki being in a comfortable place. He's actually asking Hinami out, not because he has any like love interest in her. I hope I'm wrong because I want to see those characters together. But I think he's just doing it so he can complete his goal. And on top of that, is safe. It's like a safe little pick. So we'll see where that one goes. And of course, Hinami, she couldn't go the next day, but she could go now. She accepted it. And I also feel like she only accepted because she wants to give that confidence boost to Tomozaki. We'll see how the next episode goes, turns out. We'll find out the truth, how that date is going to go. I'm sure Tomozaki is going to get some great tips from Hinami. Overall, great episode. Loved every second of it. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part. And like always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode.